What made your mourning way harder than it should have been? Before my dad passed away, he had just one wish. No churches, no big ceremonies, just a cremation, and his ashes scattered atop a mountain. So when he died, I started arranging everything privately. But when Carol, his religious wife, found out, she exploded. "You can't do this," she shouted at me over the phone. "His soul needs prayers. He needs a proper burial. It's disrespectful and selfish to deny him that." I tried to reason with her, but she wasn't listening. She kept throwing around words like sinful and unholy. Then she threatened legal action. And since they were married, she technically had the final say. So I had to give in. I agreed to a small memorial service at a local church. I made her promise afterward I'd be able to cremate him as planned. She agreed. What I didn't know was that Carol had other plans. Invitations started appearing everywhere. Neighbors, co-workers, people Dad barely knew, all invited to a big religious ceremony. I found out 2 days before the funeral. She deliberately kept it from me. I confronted her, furious and desperate. "This is exactly what Dad didn't want. This isn't about what he wanted anymore," she snapped back. "It's about what's right for his soul." The funeral was awful. The church was packed. Strangers murmured condolences. I sat in the front row, sick to my stomach. Then the priest started talking. It was like he was describing someone I didn't even recognize. Dad's name woven into stories about faith, heaven, and devotion, none of which matched the man I'd known. I couldn't handle it. I stood up. "Stop," I said. "My dad wasn't religious. He wanted to be cremated. He never wanted this circus." Carol stood too. "Please ignore him. He's emotional and confused." The murmuring started again, louder this time. Disapproving glances from every direction. I felt humiliated. I walked out. Afterward, alone with Carol in the church lobby, I tried one last time. I apologized for causing a scene. I pleaded with her to honor Dad's real wishes now that her ceremony was over, but she looked at me without any warmth, shaking her head. "I've already arranged a burial plot," she said. "It's done." I felt numb, helpless. I reached out to relatives hoping for support. Instead, they chastised me, told me I'd been disrespectful and selfish. Suddenly, I was the villain in their eyes. Then my aunt called one evening. She'd always liked Carol, but after seeing what happened today, she changed her mind. She revealed that months before Dad passed, Carol legally changed his funeral arrangements without telling anyone. Dad never knew. My stomach churned. She said she was sorry for not telling me sooner. I felt betrayed. Weeks passed, and family continued avoiding me. Carol painted me as unstable and rude. Finally, I decided I needed closure. I drove up to the mountain Dad loved, the same place we hiked together every summer. I brought a small box of ash from my fireplace. Not him, but something symbolic. I scattered it slowly. Sitting there afterward, I felt calmer than I had in weeks. I never spoke to Carol again. I slowly rebuilt connections with some family, but most stayed distant. And honestly, I'm okay with that.